Ladies and gentlemen.
My name's Ed. I am 5'11". I have red hair. I have brown trousers and a blue collar neck.
Hi, my name is Simone. I'm about 163 centimeters tall. I have brown hair in a plait at the moment. I'm wearing a blue shirt with white design on it and black trousers and shoes.
My name's Hazel. I'm about 5'2". I have a jumper that's got cows and clouds and all that stuff on, jeans and colourful tattoos on my arms.
Hello, my name's Sophie. I'm about 5'4". I've got short brown hair and I'm wearing a green t-shirt, blue jeans and very loud orange trainers.
I'm Ben. I'm 6'1", or 185 centimetres. I'm wearing a shirt that looks like Blue and White had a fight and haven't decided the winner yet. I have dark brown hair and an orange beard.
And I'm Owen. I'm 5'4" tall. I'm wearing a suit, so I look slightly overdressed compared to everyone else. And I'm got a beard and I'm bald. Every location has stories to tell. They've all got characters from its past that haunt it. And each location, through that system, ends up with a spirit of itself. And today, I am going to become the spirit of a location. And I'm going to show you a new story in that location, but also tell you what happened there in the past, and how the things from the past influence the things that are happening now. What I want from you is a location where a group of people who know each other well might be.
Music hall.
What was that? Music hall?
Music hall,
Yeah, so we're going to be in a music hall. But music hall is what it used to be. What has the music hall been converted into in the modern day? A nursery. So we're going to see a scene in a nursery. A show in a nursery, set in a single space, but it's going to have the echoes of the music hall that it once was. And I'm going to tell you what's happening as it's happening. So first of all, let me paint a picture. This is the stage. Bizarrely, they've converted the stage into the nursery section. There is a wall at the front so the children don't fall off. But it's only about this high, and an athletic child might try. That goes all the way across the front of the stage and around the edge. The stage still has the wings. So the wings go off to the right and off to the left, and people can come in and go. As it's a busy nursery, but this is where they hold the children. Hold the children? This is where they hold the children during the day. But it is sectioned off. In this little corner here is reading corner. There is some books on the shelf. But the books aren't only children's books. They kept some of the original books from the music hall. So there's the odd London-based sing-song that you might have seen. Lambeth Walk, the sheet music to Lambeth Walk. Don't know what the child's going to do with it, but it's there. And in the back corner are chairs. And these are the observer chairs. These are the place where, when the children are doing things, the adults sit and watch. Sit and watch. Just like those people did in the theatre years ago. And I tell you what, there's something about children that reminds you of music hall. Riley! Have you seen Riley?
Riley is not here, Tim.
Tim is played by Ed. He is in a starched suit, looking very smart, looking very serious. And Michael is on the chair, looking as unserious as he could possibly look.
Michael, we have a duty of care.
It's probably been collected. There are no kids left here. Let's look over the wall.
No,
No one's in the orchestra pit.
well, good. You've done the absolute bare minimum. Again, well done, thank you. What are you reading?
Mr. Tickle.
Michael's reading Mr. Tickle. He's been on the same page for some time.
Are you finding it particularly...
I don't understand how something can be tickled by nature. Like,
It's a nurture thing?
he was Mr. Tickle by name and Mr. Tickle by nature. That's not a sentence.
It's a perfectly good... What? Right, can we save the literary critique of Roger Hargreaves for a second? And
Back when this was a music hall, there was an act called Mr. Tickle. It was a different time.
But I've got a child that's left behind with me in my care.
So, wait. Let me understand, okay? Book going down.
Oh, good!
Abandoning reading corner. My education will wait.
Marking the page for you. Or break the spines. But Riley's missing! Look, I'm just... Right, you hold this space. I'll go and check the kitchen again.
Tim leaves. Michael holds the space. I'll describe holding the space, which is him standing in the middle of the stage, looking around the room as if there was an energy that he is holding. His fingers reach out. He imagines himself performing on this stage. He doesn't like it. He doesn't hold the space anymore. He walks away, looks over into the orchestra pit. There are a couple of balls in there, a lolly stick, a packed lunch, half eaten, discarded. No children. Riley, played by Hazel, is a 6-year-old scamp. They look like a 6-year-old scamp. They see Michael bending over the orchestra pit, and they think there is one thing to do. They creep up as if they're... Ah! Michael falls over the too small wall. It was made to keep children on the stage, not adults. But he is safe in the orchestra pit because they put some soft landing in there in case a child fell over. Riley peers.
Mr. Michael? Miss Michael, are you having a nap?
No.
Miss Michael?
No, I'm not.
Miss Michael?
I'm not having a nap. Who is that?
Mr. Tickle.
Riley.
Do you want me to come and tickle by me?
No.
I
Riley,
can
I do not want that.
I can tickle you.
I do not want you to tickle me, Riley. I would like you to, get a ladder.
I can go get a ladder. I can go get a ladder.
No,
Riley
Riley!
runs off stage in search of a ladder. Michael is in the orchestra pit.
Michael, where is he? Michael. Oh,
Suzanne,
yes.
I'm in the orchestra pit.
Suzanne is played by Simone. She is a sensible-looking nursery leader who's wearing a long flowery dress. She looks over into the orchestra pit at Michael with a sense that this has happened before.
Michael,
I have landed on a lunchbox.
does it hurt?
Yes,
Good.
but not seriously.
Hey,
Could you get a ladder so I can climb back up? Or open the door so I can climb back up?
I'm gonna go and open the door.
Riley has gone to get a ladder.
Riley's still here.
Riley, Tim didn't sign them out properly, or didn't. Tim's been Tim.
You know what Riley's mother is like. She's going to absolutely freak out if she doesn't find her, well, side out.
There is a long pause while they both think about Riley's mother and what she might do if she found out that Riley was left to run the music hall on his own.
Where's Riley?
I'd imagine the caretaker's cupboard.
Wait, why? Why?
Because I said I needed a ladder.
Oh
and
my
then Riley
God!
walked into-
Oh my God!
Suzanne runs out looking for Riley. As Michael lies there, this reminds me of a time back when this was a music hall. There was an orchestra conductor who lived in the orchestra pit. It was a time in the past where people didn't, like, people who worked in the music hall weren't well-off people like artists are nowadays. They couldn't always find places to live, and he was passionate about his music, so he literally lived his dream, and he would sleep in the music hall, and he feels like he's here most of the time, and you can sometimes feel music. There's a sing-songy nature about the room. It's one of the reasons why children, and people like their children coming here, because they come out more creative at the end of the day. That's why Riley is so excited, because when he comes in here, he comes in feeling like it's going to be another bad day at school, but he goes out feeling creative, excited, like something special's going to happen. Michael kind of feels comfortable at home in the orchestra pit. Tim enters again.
Oh. Oh. Michael's gone. What a surprise. Right. Ooh. Riley.
Tim seems less bothered about Riley's absence than he was before. He feels kind of just, again, at home. Settled. He sits in the observer chair and looks over the space after a long day looking after the children.
They'll probably be fine.
Daisy, Daisy, your answer to I'm half crazy over the love.
Tim looks like he's slightly confused and slightly scared, like he's heard the singing of a ghost.
It won't be a
Michael!
silent night. I can't afford a cab, but you look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle built for two.
Right.
Tim just blocks out his memory as if it didn't happen.
Riley! Stay. Put the ladder down. No,
Tim speaks to Riley as if he's a pet dog.
give me the ladder. Where did you... What? No, I know where you got them from. Why are you holding ladders? Were you holding ladders?
I think Mr. Michael's dead.
Michael!
Mr. Michael! Ah!
Found him!
Ah!
Well, once it's here, we might as well use it. Michael's in the orchestra pit.
Michael's in the orchestra pit.
Would you like to do the honours this time?
It's a long way. It's a long
Was you singing?
Yes. Hello.
Oh.
Tim looks satisfied and relieved that he wasn't, one, going crazy, two, in the presence of a singing ghost.
Right.
He puts the ladder down in the orchestra pit.
Riley, I can see you're about to run. Go and sit down.
Suzanne directs Riley to the reading corner.
Reading corner. Sit down. Oh, Michael.
That's up. Right. Right, so if you're just going to pop that back in the caretaker's cupboard.
Times out of an orchestra pit has to carry his own ladder. Bye!
Michael walks off with the ladder.
Are you going to talk to Riley's mum or am I?
I think it's going to be you.
Right. Riley, hello. What sort of day have you had, young man?
It's been so good, so much fun. Mum doesn't have to come pick me up, does she?
She phoned a little bit ago. She's on her way. Just work finished a little bit late. She'll be here in a minute.
Okay. In a minute?
Yeah, in the meantime, Riley!
Riley runs away.
Riley!
Ow! Tim follows. Michael screams.
I've been trying to get in for ages. Where the hell is everyone gone?
Belinda. Riley's mother comes on. She is a stern-looking woman. She looks exasperated. Her fist is on her hip. Her elbows are out. She looks like she is going to cause someone some trouble.
Belinda, how lovely to see you.
Where is my child? Why is nobody in here? I phoned, I told you I was going to be late.
They were here just 1 second ago. They're probably with Tim or Michael or... Well, would you like to take a seat?
Well, not really, but I will.
Would you like some coffee?
No.
Come on, Riley.
Oh, yeah.
Don't want to.
Come on. No, your mum's here.
Your mum's
It's
here.
time to go home.
Tim begrudgingly brings Riley in.
Riley?
It's okay.
Riley has a sadness on his face.
Riley, it's Mummy.
Look, Riley's mummy.
Riley turns away, looks sad.
No, it's okay. Why don't you sit over here? Look, there's a Mr. Tickle book. You'd love the Mr. May books, don't you? You can sit down. I'll have a quick chat with mummy, and then you two can go home. And that'd be nice.
Riley considers the offer, picks up a different book that was on the other chair, not Mr. Tickle, and sits down. The book, he's picked up the music sheets for the Lambeth War. He doesn't understand it, but looks at the pretty squiggles. Belinda looks upset.
Riley, what are you reading?
I'll take it from here.
Yeah,
Come on,
please.
Come on. Right, Belinda.
She
Before we
sits
get
on
to
Mr.
Riley,
Tickle.
do you want to just come have a quick chat? Just come have a quick chat over here with me. It's Mr. Tickle.
Throw Mr. Tickle away. Just like Mr. Tickle was thrown away all those years ago. All the music hall performers were thrown away at one point or another. Mr. Tickle, no longer,
Yes.
no longer around.
Sit over here. Listen. Riley's had a bit of a mixed day.
There's a long pause. This isn't the first time I've had this conversation.
What precisely do you mean by that? I trust you with my child all day.
Precisely by mixed day. Some bits were good, some bits were less good.
I realise that he's always here for the longest every day, but I'm a single mum. I'm just trying to do the best. I need to work long hours, and I'm sorry if he's causing you bother.
We love having him here, and I know the arrangement that you come to with Mrs. Affleck. That means you don't quite need to pay as much. And this isn't about that. This isn't about that at all. I guess, you know, you work long hours. Well, we're having to work long hours as well to enable you to work long hours. And
A long moment where neither of them really know what to say.
He likes it here more than at home now.
spends more time here than at home sometimes.
That hit like a brick to Belinda's heart. Belinda reminds me of a cleaner that worked at the music hall all these years ago, who actually brought up her child again in and around the theatre. There was no space outside of the theatre at the time, and so they were trying to give an education to the child as much as they could, but they had to do it themselves. But they were also working all the hours that God sent, so they were in and out. And in many ways, this is a better situation than that was, because the child was in and around things that they maybe shouldn't have been seeing. And maybe that's where Riley gets his naughty nature from. The idea of like being around things that he shouldn't be seeing. He wants to be naughty. There was something naughty about the music hall, and that child all those years ago wanted to be naughty as well. And there's something about children when they're in strange circumstances that they don't realize the people who love them. And it makes them want to be naughty, want to be noticed, like a music hall performer.
Tim, if I may.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to say, Belinda, you are doing the best you can for your child. And we all do the best we can.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Maybe Riley doesn't realize just how much you do because he's a child. And you love him so much. But maybe you don't manage to show it because you've got so much going on. It's not easy being a single mom. It's not easy.
I've been thinking. I saw that you had a vacancy. I was wondering whether that might be the best way that we could make things work. If I could apply, I just...
That's a thing we could talk about.
I'm leave you to have a think.
I'll tell you what.
I'm so good with children. So good.
We'd maybe need a little more
I'll leave you to have a think.
demonstration of that.
What if we did the,
Oh, the switch.
yeah. Okay, so, we've just had one of our butterfly, one of the children in butterfly group has just flown away. So there's
So the vacancy is to attend.
the vacancies in caterpillars,
Okay.
and Riley's much more of a cocoon, if we're being honest. But you know what? We can figure the details out.
Later.
In detail.
In detail.
Why don't I go and get an application form while you sign out?
And in the meantime, Belinda can spend time.
Michael comes back onto the nursery area, the stage, and sits across from Riley. Belinda, Suzanne, and Tim all leave on the other side to consider the offer that Belinda gave of working here.
Miss Michael, you see any squiggles?
Oh yeah.
I really like it when you make music out of squiggles.
It's just music.
Can you do these squiggles?
He gives him, we'll meet again.
It's not really in my range, but I can give it a go.
Go on, do it.
We'll meet again, don't know where, so that's what that one is. Where, don't know, see it goes down, know when, da da da. Give it a go. So follow my finger. We'll meet again. You don't have to sing as low as I.
Michael is pointing at the notes, even though Riley has no idea what they mean. And then he's getting frustrated when he's not doing it as per the
You
notes.
sing in your own rate. Like, I have my voice, you have your voice. I don't want to make your voice become my voice. I want your voice to have its own voice.
I want to be able to play music like you. Like read those.
Okay. I mean, so you see the 5 lines. So,
Right, Belinda.
like-
So you've got that. You've got the form. You've got
Michael continues to show
discount.
Riley is. Tim is showing Belinda
discount structure that we agreed that there's a bit of wiggle room in it. The hours, the application form, the additional responsibility form, the DBS form, the enhanced DBS form. You've got to do that one twice.
The one thing that wasn't in the music hall was a lot of forms.
Right, oh yeah, that's a favourite of mine. That one is where you have to list all of your hobbies, because what we try to do is match children to the things that you enjoy doing.
Lots of children enjoy gardening with cactuses, right? They're really into that kind of thing, like all of the genuses and the spiky things.
Yep.
And penknives, that's another favourite of mine.
Riley in particular big fan of pen knives.
So this is called a semi-brief. Okay, no, I've flunked it. Okay. So the stave is the lines, the notes.
Riley has lost interest in the music lesson happening over in Radio Corner, and is getting frustrated.
So we'll get Riley over to you and
Wine tasting. That's another thing I can show the children.
Riley runs away.
yeah, huh?
Riley.
Riley!
You signed him out now. You should probably.
Take my bag at least. There.
Oh, sorry. It's one of the rules because I don't want to get accused of theft. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, before you go,
Linda runs.
Riley seems to be really interested in this book.
Yep, thank you.
It's collected songs of Dame Vera Lynn.
Sign that out from the library.
Michael picks up a pen, just writes on a random book that's nothing to do with anything, so as to spite Tim.
Weird thing happened. Belinda.
One.
I'm building to it!
These two clearly don't like each other.
Okay, you just walk. Right, so, do you know what? The hell with it. Belinda wants to come and work here so that she can look after Riley while we look after Riley. And we've managed a 9-way swap that means you also have to look after Riley full time.
I mean, that does sound easier than dealing with 40 of them. I'll be honest, Tim, I think you might have played the ball into my court there.
No, because
Riley and I are bonding over music, he's mad about it. I get to read whatever I want from this section whenever I like, and Riley is always over here. He's left his lunchbox in the orchestra pit. That was what I landed on.
so Riley goes to you, Felicity comes away from you and goes to there, then Sam, Finley, and
Back when it was a music hall, there was a manager who nobody really liked, but it was the one who kept it open for as long as it did stay open. But eventually there became a time when the sums never added up.
And so, that means I get to look after those 40 kids.
Lunchbox that fell down. He won't have his lunch for tomorrow.
Well, that's his lunchroom today, so.
We ate that earlier, Tim. That was what lunchtime was. You sure you can have 40 kids? You can't have lunch.
Suzanne's walked on and is watching the two of them. She's dealt with these two bickering for most of her career. She drinks a cup of tea, takes a sigh, and just continues to watch.
Michael, if we can't, find a way to work together, I'm just going to have to talk to Suzanne about it.
I mean, your way for us to work together seems to be pass me over one child to make have a little bit of basic SEN needs, but otherwise is like a good kid, really interested, whilst you deal with 39 other ones. And that is a solution you put forward.
I haven't quite worked out all of the things, but I'm sorry, I could just, I'll mention it to Suzanne and...
I'm right here.
What? Okay, so we've had an idea. And basically move Riley into one-to-one, and then I can kind of pick up some of the slack.
Excellent.
Glad you went for it.
Do you agree, Michael?
I mean, I'm very happy to work with Riley. He's a great kid, and I think we really are bonding over this music theory, but I'll be honest, I don't think Tim can cut it.
Hey!
You're very stressed, mate.
Well, yeah!
You turn up to work in a nursery in a suit.
Right.
It's not like a secondary school.
Michael,
What's...
we don't comment on people's appearances.
No. No, we do not.
This is about the clipboard, isn't it?
Oh.
Tim has a clipboard. It is currently underneath the observation chairs. It has a full list of everything that's meant to happen, the tasks in order. Back in the day when it was a music hall, it was sort of clean the stage, sweep the stage, first act, second act, third act, all the stage management. Here it is. Make sure the kids line up, get them inside, sit them down. Have they had their early morning drink? Have they had their late morning drink? Have they had their afternoon drink? There's a lot of stuff on there about drinking. He wants to spell out the kids' days, every second of it, to the last T. Because he's worried about what would happen if he left a little bit of disorder.
I just think structure is good.
Tim,
Guys, feel like you're backing me into a corner.
Back him into a corner.
Tim,
Suzanne,
I feel like your personal issues at home are spilling over a little bit into work.
I'm going to take the clipboard.
He takes the clipboard.
my personal issues.
Yes.
My wife left me.
Exactly. And the only way you've managed to find some sort of control is by having checklists for everything.
Okay, so other than the wife leaving me, which is fine, it's win-win.
I really am not convinced that we need a checklist in the toilets.
But they have them in Wetherspoons.
Yours are a little bit more detailed.
Riley
Riley!
has run back on. He's looking over into the orchestra pit.
Riley! Riley!
I know, the lunchbox!
He's forgotten his lunchbox.
Right, I found it. It's here.
Oh!
There we go.
I filled out the form. You can see all about my organisational skills, all of the history I've got with that sort of thing.
The three nursery teachers look at Belinda and Riley. They decide to give them some space.
Just the cake today then, Riley.
The broccoli is disgusting. As is butter sandwiches. I'm not big. I don't like butter sandwiches. Can we not have butter sandwiches?
Do you know what, Riley? I think... Oh, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. I think I've been being too hard on you. I'll just put this down.
Belinda offers her hand to Riley.
Mum, I wanna do music at home. I don't wanna be told to be quiet.
I'm so sorry, it's just, I'm always on the, you know what, Mummy's always on the phone.
They let me play the drums here. On the pipes.
Do you want to show me?
Yes! Yes, I do!
Riley runs over and picks up 2 drumsticks and approaches some pipes at the back of the hall. It doesn't look like someone should really bang on them. It's an old building. But Riley is ready, and Belinda is excited to see her son do something creative.
Okay. Boom!
Riley makes the sounds with his mouth as the pipes don't make much of a sound. But he's very excited. Belinda is hugely enjoying his excitement. He looks back for her to sort of say congratulations every time he does it. And she's clapping.
Good job.
I'm going to be such a good drummer, but I want to do drums at home. Or, wait.
Drops the drumsticks, runs over, sits in book corner, and
Ooh.
gives his mum
Acting.
some sheet music and dramatically falls off a chair onto the floor.
I'm so proud that you don't cry when you do that now. You're such a big boy.
I want to show you this.
You're so excited.
Look, okay, so
Okay.
Mr. Michael
Yeah.
was turning those weird squiggles into sounds. Okay, so
Well, let me take a look. I
Belinda was musical back in the day. She had been a child much like Riley once upon a time. She was creative, she was musical. She'd been a performer herself when she was younger. She is genuinely excited by how excited Riley is by music.
Do you know what this scribbles mean?
Let me just have a think, because it's been a while, but I'm sure I can make something out. So that one's low. Low. Yeah, you're getting it already. Well done. That one's a bit higher. Yes. So you can see from the lines. Something's down the bottom. That's lower, and as it rises up, it gets higher. So. Yeah, I don't think this
It's not quite right, but
I don't think this is popular anymore.
the whole time.
Belinda, Riley's very gifted for music. You know, Mr. Michael is very gifted with music as well.
Got your clipboard? Come on! Oh, come on!
Mr. Michael is dramatically running across the stage.
This is why we need a wet floor coat!
He walks up. I'll find out later whether this is a real injury or not. As the spirit of the space.
I love Mr. Michael, he's so good.
Even though he cries when he falls over.
He cries so much. So many big tears.
I have your form. It's very well filled out, very organised. I think we can make this work.
There's something about creativity that's always going to be important throughout all of humanity. And even though we've lost a lot of our artistic spaces, it's about finding the artistic spaces within the places that exist. And so, as we sort of are spending time in places now, they might have been somewhere that was musical in the past, and just think about that music from the past coming through to the day. This nursery didn't stay open much longer. It actually turned back into a performance space. And the people who were working there were able to teach those children to be creative. And one day, Riley was up on that stage, performing with everyone. And that's just it. Creativity breeds creativity, breeds creativity. And that's what haunts this space.